Hello everybody, how's it going? I am Superfiend and welcome back to Whacky World. We are going to take a short break from filling in the hidden temple right over here. It's still in testing mode. We can go ahead and actually just stop that for now, and having this ride sit here and do nothing is not going to hurt us. It doesn't cost any money. But we're going to take a little break from filling that in the rest of the way, and we're going to spend a little bit of time filling in this area right along here. Because I said in the last episode I'd like to kind of build this area up a little bit more so that we can get some queues going, and then we can kind of open this area up and move things over, and I think that'll be more interesting to watch. So this is going to be a fairly quick episode of just throwing down some scenery. I think we're going to carry on with the theme of kind of a jungle, lost civilization kind of stuff going along here, and maybe throw in some pirate scenery on top of it, like the pirates came in and they built on top of it. So let's just go ahead and see how we might do that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to the sandstone pieces, oops, for the temple lost civilization scenery, and then I'll switch over to, I think it's the limestone. Okay, lime plaster for anything that the pirates built on top of or around it. So that way we'll have two distinctive sets of scenery. And so the first thing I want to do is the temple or the lost civilization stuff doesn't really need to make a lot of sense. So let's just go ahead and kind of put down a curved piece here and a curved piece here. And where is the flat roof? Right over here. Actually, I'm going to rotate it. And we're just going to fill something in like this. And maybe we'll put the curved piece, what's this called? What's the actual name? Sandstone curved platform, okay. Then we'll put one of those back here. And we'll duplicate these. Meant to get 3 of them. Okay, so that kind of serves the purpose as like a little platform. So this could have been like a little plaza or something in that lost civilization. Now we're going to leave this building and we're going to start another building, and we're going to take a 2-meter wall piece, and we're just going to go ahead and build this one around 2-meter wall pieces. Let's go ahead and we're going to make it about this big. And we're going to grab another section of straight 2-meter wall. That's 1 meter. Here's 2 meter. And we'll just fill that in like that. And then now we'll build on top of it the curved piece. And the flat pieces. Let's see where to go. And we're just going to fill things in pretty quick. Okay, this one, it's always a little hard to get them in the center there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and leave this building, and we're going to advance move it, and we'll put it about here, and maybe we'll rotate it a little bit. Okay, that'll just kind of intersect with that, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start another building, and this time we'll use, is there a 1 meter curved piece? There's an edge. I guess that could work, although it's not 1 meter tall. Let's take a look at the. Let's go to filters and do building material. We're doing sandstone. Now we can take the sandstone out of the typable filter, and we can type 1M. So these are the only 1 meter pieces, and then 2M gets us just a couple extras. Okay, well that's fine. So I think what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and move to the 4 meter. And we're just going to start another building. We're going to make it much like the other one. Maybe just a little bit longer. And now we need a 4 meter wall piece. That is, where's it hiding? Right there. And we need to put roof tiles on that, or floor tiles, however you want to call them. We just do it this way, be a little easier. There we go. Just grab them and duplicate them. Now with this one, let's go ahead and take, let's take a 2 meter. Let's see. Do we have any 1 meter curved pieces anywhere in the game? Actually, you know what? This will work. We'll just do this. We're just going to put a 1 meter right there. Because what I want to do is I want this to be 3 meters tall. And we used 4 meter pieces. So if we put a 1 meter piece right here, and we just sink it into the ground until that piece is no longer visible. There, now it's 3 meters off the ground. And that's how I wanted to do it. And we're going to go ahead and move this one maybe like this. Okay. And if we go in and we edit this, we can get that piece and remove it. Okay. And let's go ahead and let's see, what else can we do? Let's add on to this one. We said it could be like a little plaza or something. So I think the piece I want to use is in the fairy tale scenery. And it's the little end cap thingy. Let's see, where is it hiding? Okay, we'll go grab it from over here. It's just these pieces. What's that called? Fairy tale cornerstone. Okay, you would think that would be in the fairy tale scenery set. But of course it's not. It's probably in the building pieces. Yeah, I don't understand how they decide to place these pieces in the game. It really is kind of haphazard sometimes. Anyways, that's not important. Let's go ahead and use the skinnier one. And let's go ahead and just set it here. It's kind of doing a little bit of a wiggle wobble there. Alright, go ahead and move it. There we go. And we're just going to duplicate it and move it up. And then we'll just spin it around to about there. And now that we got 2 of them, duplicate them both. Up they go. And we'll do that one more time. Doesn't need to be perfect. And we'll just select all of these and duplicate. Now, I'm also kind of curious, why doesn't the dot kind of appear more towards the center of where these are? Why does it choose to be way over there? I don't get that. Okay, doesn't matter though. We'll go ahead and move it that way. We'll duplicate again and move them over here, and we'll do that again, and we'll just kind of bump them right up to this thing. Again, this doesn't need to make sense. Whoever built this, we don't know why they built it, for what purpose they built it. Doesn't matter. And we'll move this one into the center. When you try to build scenery pieces, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing like a main street that looks like modern architecture, then yeah, everything kind of needs to have a little bit more focus, purpose, or intent. But if you're going to build something that's supposed to be a lost civilization, uncovered ruins, it doesn't need to make as much sense because, well, the people that made it aren't there anymore, and we don't know why they built it. And let's see, what else do we want to do? I think we want to go ahead and add another plaza type building. So we're just going to advanced duplicate this one. And let's see, where do we want to set this one? I'd kind of like to have some stuff moving a little bit closer towards the path. And I also had mentioned that we might put a little kiddie ride somewhere in here. So I want to make sure that we leave some room. And one more consideration is that this part of the park will be some sort of area, and there's going to be some sort of path coming through here. And we want to leave room for the path to come through and join up with this area of the park. So we want to make considerations for all those things. So maybe what we'll do is we'll set this plaza like right here, and we'll just rotate it a little bit. And let's duplicate this one, and we'll rotate a little bit more. Okay, there we go, like that. And now let's go ahead and take this, and we'll take this building, and we'll duplicate this. And we'll rotate. And we'll just kind of join these together. And let's see, this one here. Okay, so it is starting to look a little bit like some sort of step architecture. I don't know, lost civilization. That's what I'm looking for. And let's go ahead and take into duplicate. We'll take this and we'll slide it over this way. We'll line this one up a little bit nicer. And we'll kind of do that. And so then what we want to do is we want to make it look a little bit like, oh no, there's one more idea that I had. I want to do this. I think this will be kind of fun. Okay, so let's see. We want to go to the sandstone, and I want to use a 2-meter piece for the floor. And we'll just go ahead and just lay these out like this. I don't know how long this is going to need to be. And we're in the walls, so let's go find our floor. Okay, like that. And then what I wanted to do was find I wanted to build like round pillars, like it's being held up. And I want to have an archway that kind of goes back into the ground. There's probably going to be, we're going to do some terraforming back here and probably raise this up. So this is going to look like it goes off into a mountain or something to that effect. And let's see, I want this on this side. There we go. Oh boy. Okay, let's try to get these guys lined up like that. There we go, that's better. And how does that look from the side? You can kind of see the little gap in there, but that's okay. We're not gonna sweat that. And then we're gonna take one more 4-meter piece, and we'll just sink it right here. It's not actually gonna go anywhere. We're not gonna see where this tunnel leads. Another thing that you can do to kind of darken that out is you can go into these flat shapes, and you could just get the like a square, and then you could just color it black and just fill this in, and then it would, you know, you wouldn't see anything there. It just looked like it goes into a dark area. Okay, so then to build the pillars, what do we want to use? We want to use probably the props and the statues and centerpieces. These make good pillars. This is kind of nice. I don't want to use the fountain with water coming out of it. That is not the look we're going for. This could be okay if we could like color it. I think it's too white. I think it'd be better if it was a darker brown or something like that. And let's see. Let's look at some of the go back over here. Again, this is why in an earlier episode I said I like to lay these pieces out like this. I'm kind of looking for this one. What is this? A palace fountain bowl? Which one? Okay, it's this one. All right. So the thumbnail didn't really, you know, look like what I was looking for. This is the piece I want to use to make this. And let's see. So we're just gonna set this in here like that. And we're gonna duplicate and lift. Now this one is also kind of a little bright for this, but I think once it's all built, it's not really gonna matter. I think it'll end up looking okay. All right, and let's do that one more time. Let's make this kind of tall and intimidating. And we'll set it up so that people can kind of see it as they walk along the main path. It'll be tucked away in the bushes a little bit, I think. And I think we need to extend the floor. So let's go ahead and select all of this stuff. I think all that needs to go there. And we're going to grab all of these and just duplicate them. Okay, and then we're going to take these fountains, and we're just going to move them back a little bit so that they're kind of centered here. Not exactly centered, but right there is good enough. And then, let's see, let's get this out of the way. So we're going to move this so that it's kind of here. And then I guess here and here would be the other points, and it would leave the archway open. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And going back to the archway, do they got the piece in here? They do. I think I'd rather do the archway slightly different, but this whole thing needs to be a little bit wider, I think, in order for this to work. So we're going to move it over like that. Duplicate these, and well, we'll duplicate both of these because then it's easier to get them at the right height, and then we'll just take one away. So now we got a room for a double wide arch, and we're going to use this one instead, like that. There we go. Fill that in. And again, this is not, oops, the camera's not moving as much. This is not like an actual walkway. This was just a divider line to help us visually separate the different areas of the park. So it's okay that we're building over the top of it. And let's see, how does that look? We're probably going to have to move this a little bit. Maybe it'll actually end up over here. Maybe that'll be a better spot for it. I don't know. But for now, let's just keep adding onto it a little bit. We want to get ceiling tiles on top of this. So let's see, what do we need? Let's see how tall this is. I'm hoping that each of these is 2 meters tall. Or close to that, let's see. Okay, so now we probably need to do a 1 meter piece. And let's just see where the floor tiles end up. We duplicate these 4 and lift them. Let's see. Where does that put him? Okay, so they could go down just a little bit. Okay, it doesn't. They weren't moving. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so there's this like real tiny gap right there, but you know what? Nobody is ever gonna see that. So we're gonna let that be. And we're going to take away this piece and grab all of these and just duplicate, 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 and duplicate. And this area here, I don't think anybody's ever gonna see it. So let's duplicate these 2 pieces. And we'll just put them on top. So now we got this interesting little temple archway thing here. And I think if this were an actual building, it might go up a little bit higher. Like this. I don't think it would just be that flat on top. And let's go ahead and grab some floor. We'll just grab the whole thing. And we'll duplicate and lift her up. Where did it go? There, come on now. About like that. No gaps. And I'm not going to fill in the back here. We might, well, I was going to say we might be able to take away more of the pieces, but those are right here. But I don't think anybody's going to see this from the back, so we're going to leave that empty for now. We can always come back in and fill that in later. I don't know if it would be possible to kind of make this taller. Might be nicer to have the archway come up taller to make it look really big and intimidating. We may play with that down the line. And I think for now, we're going to let this be. We can always dress it up a little bit more later. Let's go ahead and move it. Let's see. How big is this? It's pretty big. let's just go ahead and set this. Maybe it could be right here for now. And if we do build like a little kiddie ride that goes around in here, then maybe we could flesh out the back a little bit. Maybe make this a building and the kiddie ride can kind of go through it a little bit. I think that would be fun. That could work. And let's see, what else are we going to do for right now? We'll do some terraforming in the next episode or so. I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to end this episode here. We kind of got the little bit of a hidden civilization built. We're going to come back in the next episode. We're going to dress it up with some pirate scenery and make it look like the pirates have moved in and set up shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have yourself a good afternoon